What up? What up? What up? What up? The dribble's in the building. What's good, family? Shout out from Youngstown. Shout out to you, Corey. You always give me a legit shout out from your city, man. Shout out to Youngstown, one of the original mob cities. Shout out to West Baltimore. I just had somebody on here for y'all. He said, what? I'm going to get to it. Just give me a second. What you mean by that? I'm about to explain. Norfolk, Virginia. I hooked up with all my niggas from Norfolk. They found me. I became high profile to the point. The word is out. But one of my niggas, cat I come up with, I was in sixth grade with, in Norfolk, said he recognized me by my big lips. That's crazy, right? Anyway, I said, respect the shooter. Y'all share this live. I want to share some things with y'all. Just being observant this morning. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. Condolences to his family and his woman. His mother is extremely strong. You can't say that, go. I can say what the fuck I want, nigga. He said Star said that too. It's very obvious. If you hear that coming from people who handle media, Star handles media, I handle media. You know that they being extreme with it and shit. My opinion, my personal opinion, is that a lot of people used or using his death to be noticed. I really, really feel that way. Seem like the whole shit has become a spectacle. The pictures, people flying out there from all over the place. I was out there for a minute myself, but I didn't choose to go to the memorial or the marathon store. It seems like, I agree with you. If it's his family trying to market, it's understandable. But it just seems a lot of people, they using his death for an Instagram situation. They using his death for it. This is what put me over the top. I have to say it. Fuck. I might be penalized for it at a later date. And me and Dr. Wesley, we might have to talk about it in person. I'm watching this shit, right? And if you follow me on Instagram or if you follow my platform, I didn't go overboard in the coverage of Nipsey Hussle for a couple of different reasons. Was I a fan of Nipsey Hussle's music? No. He got a couple songs that I did like. Whenever I heard him on a song, he got off. He got off to the point that you would say, that nigga rap his ass off to be from the West. And it shouldn't be like that because they have highly skilled MCs on both coasts, but he just had a little splash about him. He's one of the first MCs I heard say from the dribble. On that song, last time that I checked, that was wavy. My coverage of Prodigy and Prodigy's death, that was sincere. That was I grew up with Mobb Deep's music and shit. It touched me. I was going through, adolescence and puberty and shit like that as Mobb Deep was going through there. So I could identify with that. When I seen the nation out there, a lot of people get killed, right? A lot of people get killed. Lots of people get killed. Dylan Roof killed nine people in a church. A lot of people get killed. I'm trying to find somebody in particular where their death was overlooked. It seems like, when you see all these people and shit, and you see people, when I seen the nation out there, I knew Minister Farrakhan probably was going to show his face. But you know, when you see that they done brought the step team out there, they got the nation out there stepping. You got the MGT. And what is all of this for? What is all of this for? It just makes you say, what is all this for? Hold on for a second. I gotta get my papers because I gotta smoke. Hold on. Raw papers. Raw papers? Yeah. Raw cones. He said Obama wrote a letter to Nip. That's cool. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, the manner that he was murdered in, it was he said should have been rolled up already, nigga. Get your dribble right. Yeah, when I seen the nation out there with the step team and all of that, I don't know if that was in I don't know if that was all the way tasteful and shit. It just seems like people use the whole thing to be, you know, noticed. You know, you see people taking pictures in the middle of his candles and all of that. I mean, look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Just look at it. Just look at the shit. Just look at it. Y'all gotta be watching the same thing that I'm watching and shit. He said, what you talking about, Gully? The Nation of Islam mad deep out there in LA, way bigger than NYC or Philly out here. No, the fuck they not. You don't know what the fuck you talking about, nigga. I was born and raised in the nation. The nation is in major cities. You just made the nation of Islam in Los Angeles larger than the Nation of Islam in Chicago, where the headquarters is at. That don't make no sense. We not buying that. It just seems like this is my personal opinion. Dog and pony show. My man used that. He said, I thought the same thing, fam. You addressing it respectfully. The NOI was active with the gang piece way before his death. I if I'm not mistaken, I was told Big U might be a member of the Nation of Islam too. Again, I was raised in the nation, and I don't know about that. Their appearance like that, the way they came to that, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, yo. I don't know about that. Gully, do a little more. What you mean, do a little more research? I ain't gotta do no research on Nipsey. I didn't been in the same room as Nipsey, passing blunts back and forth and shit. Me, Helen Carson, you know, I was in the same section as Nipsey, not across the room from him. I'm talking about, I'm patting myself looking for a lighter and shit. Who got a lighter? Turn around, and Nipsey got the lighter. Nipsey got the lighter. Passed the lighter to me and shit. He was in Jim Jones and Joel Santana party in South Beach. This is when that song 848 was out by Joel's and Jim Jones, because they performed that shit that night. And it's a verse on there when Joel's be like, it's non Trey, Big B's, Billy Badass, and the whole party was basically Bloods. Everybody's throwing their chains in there, and they throwing their gang signs. And Nipsey was in there right with the shit, you know, with his braids and shit, and his hat, and he was right in there with us and shit. So he wasn't no stranger to me or nothing like that. And I wasn't in there on no, we wasn't together on no interviewing nobody, pulling the camera out. We was chilling. Period. He said, I don't think Snoop was cloud chasing. Nah, there's some people who you could tell legitimately fucked with him, and it's documented. It's documented. You know what I'm saying? You got people who got a plethora of pictures or memories with him, and then you got people who were scrambling to appear like they had a relationship with him. Wild posts, and just kind of like overboard and shit. I got a chance to do a lot more research. Matter of fact, cut that. I heard his mother speak. After listening to his mother speak, you understand what type of substance was put into him. You understand what type of substance. You understand his composition. You feel me? Again, everybody who sincerely expressed their condolences during this time. I mean, again, just look at it. There was tickets provided or available for certain people. You know what they did when they got them tickets? They turned around and sold the motherfuckers. You dig? You got people filming themselves crying and shit. Grown men filming themselves crying. Do you know how awkward it is? I'm in an emotional state. I'm teary-eyed. I'm crying. I gotta go through this phone and find my camera app and open it and start recording shit. That's not real. That's not real to me. That's not real. Anybody that mourns with a camera in their hand, that's not real. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. That's not real. When you see people doing that on, you see that on Facebook a lot of time and shit. You see people. I don't understand the online thing when it comes to that. Like, I'm like, come on, man. And people, you have people who, celebrate or mourn, and I lived through the Tupac situation when Pac died. I was in jail September 13th, I think, 96. I think that's the day he died. It was niggas crying who never met the nigga before. I'm like, man, y'all is tripping, man. Like, we in here, we got criminal charges, we got felony cases and shit. Y'all crying and shit. Like, you never know how somebody can touch somebody intimately through their music and shit like that. So I'm not passing judgment on anybody, but I'm just watching. She got the same hat right now, Detroit. The nigga who sent it to me, he's from Detroit. Somebody sent me this too. I can't remember the brother's name, the designer. Balwadini. Hold on. Cried several times. Yeah. I seen niggas cry real tears about Tupac. I believe this is kind of like similar to the what we seeing right now is similar to the situation with Tupac in '96 as far as the high level of mourning, I guess. Gully, you ever see a bigger turnout for a rapper? I think yesterday was bigger in Pac and Biggie. I think you're right. I think this whole, because I seen the Biggie and Pac thing. I lived through it and shit. Damn, this shit is sensitive. I know that it ain't right though. I know that it ain't right. It's just I wonder when it's gonna stop and they gonna give his family time for healing and shit like that. Vibes are stronger than pictures and shit. I mean, I'm a part of the media. I'm watching this shit just like y'all. I'm like checking it out. I think I gave my condolences on April 1st. He was killed on April 1st, right? He said, I guess Sage doesn't work. He said, Gully, what did you and Nipsey talk about? We didn't talk about shit. Smoking blunts, bobbing our heads to Jewels and Jim Jones music. Okay, March 31st. Got it. It's okay. He passed on March 31st. It's April 11th, April 12th. And niggas gonna be niggas. Somebody was shot and killed. I think it probably was unrelated to the Nipsey situation, but somebody was shot and killed last night. 3 people injured right along the route that they was taking. the funeral procession already passed through these blocks and shit. But that also happened yesterday. He said one can say what you're doing is cloud chasing. If I was cloud chasing, I would have been on here 2-3 days ago when the search engine was really cooking for this shit. Like, he said, can you imagine Pac and Big had passed in this area? Social media would have been the same. I agree. I agree. Gully, who you think paid for Shitty Cuz lawyer? His lawyer might have been court appointed. I'm hearing a lot of shit, man. That's why I ain't fucking with it. The way this shit appears now, it's not gonna be this way a year or so from now and shit. It's not gonna be. Everything done in the dark shall come to the light. This is facts. So he said it was a private corporation on the records. Chris Dart not coin appointed. How you know? They said an unknown source paying for it. That sounds sickening because I already y'all see. I fuck with Nipsey because of his economics. I listened to him speak about that plaza where the marathon store was located. He said when he was young, one of the proprietors owned a burger joint. He wouldn't even allow them niggas to, like hang outside or nothing like that. It's 2018. They paying him rent. They paying Nipsey them rent to be in the fucking plaza. So yeah, I totally support the empowerment, the message, the economic message that he brought to the table. He come from activists. There's a picture of his father on Instagram fighting apartheid, some shit like that. And then we got a chance to hear his mother speak. His mother isn't even in mourning or like that. Well, if she is, you can't see it. She's a soldier and shit. You know what I mean? And he come from that. So apple don't fall too far from the tree. He said Christopher Dowden cloud chasing. He put himself on that case. The government had no involvement. I agree on that. I don't think the government had anything to do with it. The dude Shitty Cuz dad got paper. That's why they're able to afford dude as their lawyer. Oh, I'm glad you said that. The $100 album process made me respect him even more. When I heard about that, this is back when he did it. I remember that. I think after that, Wu-Tang tried to sell an album at a high price or some shit like that. That's what compelled me to legitimately make my debut documentary, $50 a pop. If it's fire, it's fire. Straight up. He said he believed in himself that much. Shit, if the product, if the dope good, it is what it is. He said 2.5 million, Wu-Tang. Darden doesn't need exposure. I don't think he does either. Maybe he does now. This is new generation and shit. There's people that didn't know who Christopher Darden was and shit. My Kami been on that high dollar album move too, him and Fahim. He did $1,000 mixtape also. My man said burning shades don't work. Any nigga with a brain knows the government wasn't involved. Nah, this wasn't a government situation. I think people should dead that. Y'all bugging, y'all. A lot of people saying Trump is paying for his lawyer. Man, is y'all the fuck crazy, man? Trump don't give a fuck about what's going on with niggas. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all gotta stop with these wild ass conspiracy theories. A government informant kills him a day before he meets with the police chief. Fake ass rappers buying his clothes but wasn't purchasing his stuff when he was alive. Yeah, that's something that I agree with that too. Seen a lot of that yesterday. You know, people taking pictures and stuff. Some of the stuff I seen was on the same parallel as going to a homeless person and feeding them with your camera crew behind you and shit. That's what it seemed like to me and shit. For real. Grown men crying on camera and his mother ain't got a tear in her eye. His mother all soldiered up. Exactly. It looks funny to me. It don't look funny to y'all. His clothing line is iconic now, for real. Nipsey had issues with niggas. They knew it was coming days before. His mom knew it was coming. I believe it. He said cats on that extra shit crying on the ground. That ain't gonna never make sense, yo. You know what I'm saying? That's never gonna make sense. For a man to be on internet crying and shit. Like if you crying or you rubbed in that manner, go cry, nigga. Ain't that it's natural. Why you got your phone in your hand? Like who are you performing for and shit? Shit, that's why they believe the extra shit they out here crying for attention. Shitty grandma didn't get killed. Nobody in his family was killed. His cousin got shot. I believe that's a little bit more legitimate than a lot of shit that we was hearing and shit. I didn't believe that. People saying after Nipsey was killed, they killed 6 of dude's homie, killed 6 of dude's family members, killed his grandmother and shit. That shit just didn't make any sense to me. I ain't think nobody was going to that extreme and shit. Shit, he was paid off. Nick didn't tell him to leave for snitching. That's the story they want you to know. He said people mourn differently. With their hand on it, with their hand on their phone, with their phone open. Yeah, you're right. People do mourn differently. That's definitely different. That's definitely different. They killed 2 cousins. Beside that, 2 houses shot up. No one else hit. Yeah, thumb on the record button. When I deal with death and shit like that, I don't want to be bothered with nobody. I just want to smoke my weed and be in silence and shit, gathering my thoughts and shit. Like a phone is the last thing on my motherfucking mind and shit. Did you see the big tattoo game got of Nipsey on his chest? Yeah, I seen it. I think Game's gestures was legitimate. That's just my personal opinion and shit. So a lot of people got Tupac tattoos. A lot of people got Biggie tattoos. My man Uncasa got Biggie, Tupac, Michael Jackson, and Rich Porter tattooed on him and shit. So, celebrity tattoo, that ain't really like far-fetched all like that. Shit, Game and Nip been cool for over a decade. I believe that they've been the face of the West Coast hip hop movement for a while now. Not that he should get away with anything. I think this dude was just crazy. Nah, he wasn't crazy. That shit that we seen on camera, that was a nigga thinking. That was a nigga thinking, I have to exterminate this guy. He didn't just shoot him. He slaughtered him, then he kicked him and shit like that. Shit's personal. It's personal and shit. Do you feel like Nipsey's death is waking niggas up at all? Hell no. Hell no. Niggas get killed all the time. Niggas get killed all the time. The next big story to come across this motherfucking internet will, I don't know, probably swallow this whole issue and shit. He said next week they'll be back to the bullshit. Yeah. Black people came together yesterday. If only we could do that overall. Black people always temporarily come together for funerals and shit like that. I just buried my grandmother like, I don't know, 5-6 months ago. My family came to the funeral. Motherfuckers wasn't speaking to each other. Motherfuckers wasn't hugging each other. Motherfuckers brought their beefs to the funeral. And then afterwards, you know, our families go and, you know, fellowship and eat together after a funeral. I think they call them repasses and shit like that. After my grandmother's funeral, my family all went their separate ways and shit. The ones that came from out of town, that flew in, went back to the airport. They drove, got back in their car, and just a mess and shit. Just a mess. What about his friend Cowboy? We gonna hear. Y'all just give time. Give some time. This shit is gonna come out. I'm telling you, it's gonna come out. Anybody who had any ill intent, he said your family ain't shit. Believe that. That's a nigga family. It ain't just my family. It's a nigga family. That's nigga shit. People need to chill on that. Cowboy didn't set Nip up. Shit, that's what been happening to my family too. Pressure bust pipes. He said, yep, all these feminine liberals gonna see the truth and stop with the conspiracy. That original Crenshaw blue and yellow was fly. The worst home invasions be done by niggas in your blood. Man, y'all going overboard with the conspiracy shit. For real. He said, don't put that all on black families. Why wouldn't I put it on black families? I'm black. I can't talk about a Caucasian family. I can't talk about a Chinese family. Talk about niggas and shit. That's who predominantly in this chat room right now, niggas and shit, right? So that's what it is. Gully, please block these weirdos. I ain't even using my energy in that manner and shit. Never seen Don Magic Juan wear blue yesterday. Don Juan had on blue. Yeah, you see a lot of people wearing blue on social media too and shit. Putting on gang colors. Just a big mess, yo. The casket was closed to the public. The family had a private viewing. I didn't hear anyone mention Cowboy at the funeral. I didn't watch that funeral. Somebody asked me, did I watch it? Yo, you watching it? Hell no, I ain't watching no damn funeral shit. Fuck no. I don't even like going to funerals and shit. I mean, I don't even like going to funerals in real life and shit. Why would I take time out of my day where I could be doing something productive and constructive that's going to affect my life? Why would I be sitting around watching a funeral? We got to keep getting up. I'm about applying some of the information that Nipsey was talking about economic empowerment and shit like that. I'm on that. He said you was at Aretha's funeral, Gully. Aretha Franklin and Nipsey Hussle, that's two different levels of celebrity and shit. Can't believe y'all just compared Nipsey Hussle to the fucking Queen of Soul. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all bugging. That was crazy, yo. They compared Nipsey Hussle to Aretha Franklin. He said, you keep saying the truth will come out, so why do you think the theories are so... Obviously, I know something. It just ain't, it's not my place to say it and shit. Shit, these niggas lack common sense. Really. He said, Aretha don't know you. No, she don't. Nope, she don't. Nipsey don't know me either, nor do Tupac or Biggie and shit. You know what I mean? But I chose to go to Aretha Franklin's funeral. Word. He said throw some Fonto grab and that stuff. I don't know why niggas be putting tobacco in their weed, man. That shit's crazy. It's disgusting too. Why the fuck would the government even care about some of you dumbass clowns? You right. Your energy is needed about now, Gully, to level shit out. These internet niggas are window soldiers. Said they don't understand you're a journalist. Nib should have armed security to protect his business complex, but because they hire ex-felons that could not be armed. He said, your feelings on Kodak. Kodak is doing the 69. He's doing the 69 shit to the internet. He's destroying T.I. I think that's a battle that he won hands down. He spanked T.I. real good. I think T.I. better let that go with dude. He got issue a game called Game, a lap dancer or some shit. Said Game's a twerker. Said Game was a twerker and shit. Y'all know how Game responds to shit like this. Get ready for a diss record, 8 minutes long. 8 minutes long. Get ready for that. The Nation of Islam used this occasion to emphasize themselves. I don't think they should have had people out there marching like that. I don't think they should have had a step team out there like that. Straight up. If you're going to do that for Nipsey, do that for every motherfucking body. Every black life is worth something. You dig? Don't just do it for when you could be recognized, seen, and, it's a high profile situation. We got to go to that. That ain't what's up. That's not what's up. As a matter of fact, that's who really, really motivated me to get on this live and shit, because I was raised in the Nation and I seen that shit. I'm like, they got the step team out there? Why is they out there stepping and shit? I understand the support. I mean, if the Nation wasn't handling security detail and shit like that, that shit wasn't, nah. He said, why wouldn't they do that for anyone? What you mean? Why wouldn't they? Every life is worth the same. Every life is worth something. Everybody's life is worth something. if you're going to throw support behind somebody who is affiliated with a street gang, probably got his life took by somebody else affiliated with a street gang, you got to come to the aid of some of these. There's people out here that's legitimate squares that's doing right in this world, clean background, and they just died and it's just done and over with because a lot of people can't gain any notoriety or fame by. Y'all don't understand what the fuck is going on. He said they gifted over $100,000 papers. You talking about the final call? No, you're not talking about the final call. I grew up selling them. You talking about the final call? Oh my goodness. Y'all talking about the final call? Y'all know who else is on the front of the final call? Aretha Franklin. I'm pretty sure it might be others celebrities who ended up on the front of the final call, but the final call is business. I'm just keeping it G. I sold them the early part of my life. That's a business. That's a hustle. That's part of what finances the nation. And I'm just keeping it gully. He said T.I. is comical as a motherfucker, yo. He said, why they ain't out there stepping to Chicago at all of them dead babies' funerals? Y'all see what the fuck I'm saying? Do y'all see what the fuck I'm saying? Do something look wrong with this picture? Do something look wrong with this motherfucking picture? Hello? Does something look wrong with this picture? Y'all just help me out and shit. Did y'all hear what this brother said? Why ain't they out there in Chicago stepping when one of them kids get killed, one of them babies get killed? There's babies who was killed in Chicago in the last year or so. Babies, 6 years old, 5, shit like that. Where was all of this? Where was all of this when that was going on? Do y'all understand? He said Nipsey is a celebrity. That's why, stupid. Nah, my nigga. Everybody's a star. Everybody's a star. I don't know what if that's how you feel, then you have damaged fucking self-esteem. Everybody's a motherfucking star. Everybody's life is worth something. Straight up. Straight up. The NOI has moved away from some of the messengers' teachings as well. In Chicago, there are more unsolved cases than anywhere in America. He said, it's plain to see, Gully, clout chasing 101. The step team trying to perform from Beyonce, not in Chicago, and get hit by a bullet. I don't think it's no record of nobody opening fire at the Nation in Chicago. I'm pretty sure they went through something with somebody. I know they shot at the Nation in D.C. In the 80s. The Nation went to a housing project in D.C. that was deplorable and tried to clean it up. I think they was up there jumping on a few niggas. The niggas started shooting at them. People that live in Chicago have to want to change. No one doing it for them. Raymond Coker said the realest shit. What did Raymond Coker say? Gully, you think is more to the story? What? Absolutely. He said Chicago need to step up for theirs. True. He said Clifton Terrace was beefing with the NOI. Yeah, that's their name. He said, I'm not Muslim, but the Nation is nothing to play with. I agree with you. I agree with you. I know that now it's not like it was and shit. A lot of them radicals that had that 70s Black Panther blood, that rumble spirit in them, that the Nation was built off those types of people. A lot of them didn't, you know, passed on or got up in age to the point they're not active like that anymore. But he said, but you saw what they did to Malcolm. Niggas are very well known for killing their own kind and shit. He said the FBI made the nation softer. I know when I was young, them niggas was something to fear. I don't know if anybody's afraid of the nation anymore. At a point in time, when them fruits rolled up on your ass, that shit was for real. He said, why no beard from the Nation of Islam? They keep their face cleanly shaven and they button all the way up to the top like the military. That's the fruit and shit. It was a series of church bombings going on. While all of this was going on, there was a series of church bombings going on too. Did y'all know that? In Louisiana, absolutely. Absolutely. You got good commentary, so you need to show dead real. I'm working on it. He said Philly had a lot to do with that fear of Nation of Islam. Newark too. You ain't never lied. Them was the main niggas pushing that leg breaker agenda. Tell y'all something. I went to Savior's Day like 2 years ago. It was in Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. And the security is unlike anything you ever seen in your life. They security going into the Savior's Day is probably more extreme than going to a federal prison or a state prison to visit somebody. Like, they gonna search your ass for real. You could literally see the difference in the FOI and the age. The ones that was a little younger and shit, you know, they would talk to you. Hey, brother, how you doing today? They smiling at you and shit, patting you down. Them older niggas, them leg breakers, them niggas, you can't even read them or nothing. Bow tie, cleanly shaven, militant than a motherfucking shit. You seen the difference. You seen the difference. I was telling my shorty, I had a female with me at the time, like, man, you see these older niggas? They killers. They can't hide it. They can't hide it. They can't hide it. These older niggas, man. Older niggas in the nation, they nothing to play with. Right? Sonetta wants to interview you. He know how to reach me, man. Spoke to each other before. He said serial killer. I know the history of the nation and shit. They was cutting motherfuckers' ears off in Detroit in the early era of the nation. They was cutting motherfuckers' ears off and shit like that. He said, I was born in Newark and part raised in Chicago, so I seen it. Gully, you seen the way Nudie Mims handled the joint, ran the joint? Hell yeah, I seen the way he ran the joint. I was never in Gradeford with him, but it was very, very well known about the power that he had. A cop's son did the church bombings. The church bombings ain't even get no coverage. No coverage. Because we got people online crying and shit. He said, I'm telling that rolled up paper a weapon. You gonna interview Daoud Bey? I'd like to, I think. Yeah, I'd like to. He said I was on D Block with him. He said Sonetta wants help with Hassan. That's all don't fall for it. He got his hands full with Hassan. He said, were they black churches? I think a couple of them were like landmarks or historic black churches and shit. He said, Gully, can you touch on the Louisiana church bombings real quick? I just know that it's a story that also been trending all week, just like the Nipsey Hussle situation, but it's going to be hard to absorb it. It's hard to absorb the information when as soon as you cut on the internet, it's totally Nipsey. That's how it was with Tupac. He said the NOI seen the impact that Nipsey had. What impact did he have? Y'all know what? I watched my documentary for the first time last night. I knew I wasn't gonna like it. It looked at a mess to me. It just, ugh. I knew I wasn't gonna like it, but something that he said, on there. Oh, when that nigga say I could take you to a worse place, I played that. I'm watching that shit. That shit was cold as a motherfucker. I guess that's why it ended up being the next title. The way he said it, nigga driving a big four-door Porsche and shit. He said, blew this nigga kneecaps out. He said, when we get down to eat, we're gonna go over there and see what's up with him, Charlie. Said he went over to him. What's up, Playboy? Now, mind you, he didn't already blew this nigga kneecaps out of his body. What's up, Playboy? You got a problem? Staring at me like that, for? Nigga said, oh, Jack, man, I didn't deserve this. Hey, Playboy, you was in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong niggas. When I came through there that night, I gave everybody a piece of the action. This nigga said, I gave everybody a piece of the action. You just happened to be there. I tell you what, if you don't like this, I tell you what, Playboy, I can take you to a worse place. Did y'all see that nigga lips when he said worse place? Yo, all right. Did y'all see that nigga face when he said I take you to a worse place? Take you to. He said, guess what, Playboy? I could take you to a worse place. You don't got to be in that wheelchair. I'll put you in a wooden tuxedo. Who the fuck says shit like that? I'll put you in a wooden tuxedo. I said, God damn. This motherfucker crazy. That's what he said. That shit was bone chilling, yo. That shit was bone chilling. So that's the name of the new one. He said, I'm over here dying. He did. Y'all go watch that shit. Y'all look at his shoulders. He like, hey, Playboy, if you don't like what you got, I could take you to a worse place. Damn. He was even angry and aggressive when he was when he was telling the story of, I could take you to a worse place. I said, damn. I think that's the only time he swole up like that the whole time I was around him. That shit was serious right there. Whoever that nigga was that got his knees clapped out. Damn. He said, that's a monster. Yeah. I heard that's his signature too. I didn't understand that during him, telling me about, when we was doing the documentary. I've heard that from other people. He got a lot. He shot a lot of niggas in their knees and shit. He crippled a lot of niggas. He said, Gully, they need to hit that like button. Appreciate if y'all do. He said the knee clapper. Yeah, they say when I told y'all everything that he do is extreme thought. That knee shit, that's not gonna kill you. It's gonna make you run it. Whatever he asking for, shit gonna make you run it. Straight up. Just your kneecaps are round. Just imagine them shits getting blown off you and shit shattered in your leg. What the fuck? He said knee claps or assault, not attempted murder. See? He's thinking. That's why he ain't never ended up going to penitentiary for no long ass times and shit. He been there, but Cowboy's an OG that really don't probably talk to police like that. Email, brother. Okay, Sonetta. I'll check you out in a minute. Gully TV Boss at Gmail. Didn't I tell you I call you? I told you I call you, right? If I tell you I call you, that's what it is. Do you think that situation with this was a distraction for the church bombings? Of course not. Yo, didn't I tell you I call you? Didn't I tell you I told you I'll call you, right? That's what it is then. That's what it is. Did you not hear what I said? I told you I'll call you, didn't I? That's what it is. I don't give a fuck about nothing you talking about. I told you what it is. I just told him that's what it is and shit. Don't call me. I'll call you. He said, why you being so rude? That's not being rude. That's not being rude. That's bossing. Feel me? That wasn't no female. My females don't play with me like that. You get banished from my life. You get banished from this shit. You feel me? I just had one of my baby mothers in Paris and shit. She's not even my woman. Great friend of mine. You did. You don't want to get banished from this life. You get banished. Yeah. I think he was talking about someone else about the kneecaps. Trey Bucks. Can't no man alive handicap me and live. Appreciate your donation, my nigga. He said Gully doing it right. Banish him from the lifestyle. I heard him more. Yeah, you don't want to watch this shit from the bleachers. Straight up. You don't. He said you a fool for that Jack reenactment. That's what he did. He was moving his shoulders. Take you to a worse place, Playboy. He said nigga paid $2 just to say that. It was just $2. Them donations just make your comments. They make your comments visible. You see how they frame them and shit for you and shit. So what made you start a YouTube channel? Try to put videos on MySpace. Yo. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He said, what happened to A Mafia? Shit. You seen what happened to A Mafia? You follow me on Instagram, you're aware of what happened with A Mafia. Allegedly, he was hustling in the streets still. Got drug charges. I gotta return a few of these emails. Somebody blowing me up right now. Give me 1 minute. I know. He just called me. He apologized. They found their bodies in the DR, but you found one body on the side of the highway, and you found the black man's body in the fucking ocean, badly decomposed to the point they had to identify him by a tattoo. I don't know about that yet. You should just turn your phone off instead of trying to look like Nino Brown. Nino Brown be online wearing fake ass jewelry, recording on people's mansions and shit. That nigga don't own none of that shit. Tell that nigga to get his passport stamps up, then come see me. That nigga's nothing like me. A Mafia's one of Harlem's best rappers. Word. He said I knew that shit was fake. Y'all can't tell that nigga's a fraud. That nigga hopping up, my nigga. Ain't you a rapper? Man, go sell some fucking records, man. Keep hopping on the internet looking stupid, talking loud and stupid and shit, saying shit that's 90% of the time the obvious. Like, come on, man. Fake ass motherfucking jewelry. Fake ass. I ain't never seen that nigga at no events. We be at the events. I normally see the same niggas. Same niggas from St. Louis, same Detroit niggas, same DC niggas, same Miami niggas. To the point you get to seeing these niggas on different parts of the US, you start speaking to them. My man, what's up, my nigga? You've never been introduced to him, but you see him so much. I ain't never seen Nino no fucking where. Never seen Nino no motherfucking where. This nigga always got this motherfucking, all these hopping out of Lamborghinis and horse-drawn carriages and mansions. And, man, shut the fuck up. So what happened with me? I don't even know that nigga. We ain't never had nothing. I seen a video online of him getting slapped around and shit. That right there should disqualify you from being a motivational speaker. Yeah, got bitches feeding grapes and shit. I got to get up out of here, man. It's been an hour, man. Y'all subscribe to the channel, The Real Gully TV. Hit the bell. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, The Real Gully TV, man. Happy Friday, man. If there's any graphic designers in the Atlanta area, please hit me up. We need to sit down, man. Real rap. He said maybe he's nonviolent. Maybe he's not relevant. Peace.